At 7 o'clock in the evening, a gust of wind blew, the treetops shook, and a few drops of water fell. Just after a heavy rain, the ground was wet. People coming and going on the campus of Ming University were holding an umbrella in their hands. Today is a special day, the 80th anniversary of Mingcheng University. In the Mingda Gymnasium, the overhead spotlights shine brightly. Taking the department as the unit, the 3 auditoriums and the wide square in the center are full of students. In front of them is a 1-meter-high stage. There is a huge 2D animation background board on the stage, which shows the development process of Mingda from the establishment of the school to the present. Hello, enter from this side. The toilet is over there. Department of Mathematics? The seat of the Mathematics Department is in the East 4th District. Please enter the East Gate. As one of the volunteers, Anna wore a goose yellow embroidered cheongsam, with a graceful figure and a big red ceremonial ribbon on her shoulders, patiently answering questions to every student or guest invited by the school. In order to look good, she stepped on a pair of 8 centimeters high black fine heels. This pair of shoes may be a little unfit. From the beginning of the school celebration party to the present, the little toes of both feet have hurt a little. Cheng Luoxin has come to the stage to receive the award again. Why does she have all the awards? No, she's really the light of our law school. When the 2 volunteers from the law school next to Anna were discussing, Anna was not interested in participating. She wanted to go to the toilet to take off her shoes and let her feet free. Just as Anna decided to do this, without taking a few steps, a little girl with 2 small chirps on her head ran over. Her face was fleshy and she looked 5 or 6 years old. She was holding a mobile phone twice as big as her hand. Sister, can you take a picture for me? Anna thought she should be a child of a teacher's family. She brought her to attend the school celebration today. She didn't have the heart to refuse and said, yes. The little girl ran to a sculpture and posed with a very expressive pose, smiling brightly at Anna. Anna half squatted down and pressed the shutter key. Sister, take another picture. The little girl made a new pose. Anna pointed at her and pressed the shutter button again. All right. Anna was going to return her cell phone, but she saw that the little girl had changed her background board and her mouth closed one by one. Sister, take another one and take another one. All right. This little boast is exactly the same as when she was a child. Anna was patient and took several more pictures of the little girl. Duo, why are you here? A woman with glasses came hurriedly and picked up the little girl. The little girl put her arms around her mother's neck and said, I want to come out and take pictures. The little girl's cell phone was still in Anna's hand. She walked towards the woman and said, Auntie, I have her cell phone. Because I don't know whether this woman is a teacher of Mingda or a family member of the teacher, I didn't call teacher, but aunt. The little girl's finger Anna, Mom, this sister helped me take a lot of photos. The woman looked at Anna and was a little embarrassed. Thank you, I like to take a few pictures everywhere. It smells beautiful. Anna, she can get 100% for posing. Anna, this sentence is very humorous, the woman suddenly to their daughter in distress situation. People subconsciously want to pay more attention to beautiful things. After Anna wears makeup, her usually pure face is more beautiful and charming, especially in cheongsam, and her figure is concave and convex. The woman asked curiously, which college are you from? Anna, law school. The woman said, I thought you were from the film academy. You are so beautiful. Accustomed to being praised as beautiful since childhood, Anna did not respond much. Before she could respond, she suddenly heard someone calling her, Pear. Anna turned, is roommate Han Ranchua. Aren't you not coming? Han Ranchua said before that she has a part-time job tonight and cannot come. Mom, go find Dad. The little girl behind her kicked up her legs. The woman saw Anna meet her friend and could not disturb her anymore. She said, classmate, I took her in. Anna said, yes. The woman left holding the little girl. Anna stared at the 2 men's backs. Oh, don't mention it. The child I made up a missed lesson was sick, and the parents said they couldn't make it up, but when I went to the door, I told me that I forgot to notify me with WeChat, and I not only made a trip for nothing today, and also posted the travel expenses. Han Ranchua said a little unpleasantly. Anna said, then go in quickly. The party has been going on for a long time. Aren't you going in? I volunteer, I am in charge of this area. It's okay. I can watch it at the door. Anna said. Where do we sit in law school? Han Ranchua asked. Anna pointed, over there, see, please contact Nia Shanshan or Kong Yuanyuan. Nia Shanshan and Kong Yuanyuan are Anna's other 2 roommates. Although Anna has only lived in the dormitory for half a semester, she gets along well with her original roommates. My God, a lot of people. Han Ranchue was a little afraid to walk in under the eyes of the public. Anna said, otherwise, you can ask them to pick you up. No, my feet are killing me. I have to go to the toilet. What happened to your foot? Han Ranchue asked. These shoes don't fit. Anna's voice just fell, heard a movement behind her, inadvertently back to the head, this back, slightly paused. Two people came in, both of whom she knew. One is the vice principal of Ming University and the other is. The other party was dressed in a black suit, straight and tall, with single eyelids, deep pupil color, smooth nasal bone lines, thin lips, delicate and distinct facial features, but the expression was very light and oppressive. When the man came in, his eyes were as black as a pool. Anna's long eyelashes trembled. Soon he calmed down and turned his eyes to avoid the cast gaze. The vice principal smiled on his face and said something to the people next to him. The man pulled his lower lip slightly and responded to him. The two of them walked towards the entrance. The man looked up at Anna, who pretended not to see him, and licked his back molar gently on the tip of his tongue. I haven't seen her for several months. She seems to have matured a lot. This Chong-sam is very feminine. Vice Principal good. Anna, like the other volunteers, shouted to the vice principal, ignoring Alan by his side. The vice principal just nodded without looking at them. He focused on the people nearby and made a gesture of asking Allenby to walk with Alan towards the big square. Dong! Something fell to the ground, as if the man next to the vice president had dropped his watch. The position was closest to Anna, who stooped to pick it up and shouted, Uncle, your watch is off. This uncle, let go in front of Alan Emil. The man looked back and looked at Anna inexplicably. Anna gave him the watch and returned to its original position without saying anything else. Alan withdrew his gaze and went on with the vice principal. When people walked away, Han Ranchue gave Anna a pat and said, that handsome guy doesn't look old. Why do you call somebody else's uncle? Oh, just because he walked with our balding vice principal? Han Ranchue wanted to laugh a little. Anna, not old. He's almost 33. How do you know the family is almost 33? Han Ranchue was curious. Yes, he has wrinkles on his face. Han Ranchue didn't chat with Anna at the door for long. She entered the meeting alone. When she was about to find the law school army, her mind suddenly thought of something. Ha! How did she seem to see that the handsome and aggressive man with reserved temperament was wearing a diamond ring? That diamond ring looks exactly like the ring Anna is wearing. Anna is the school flower of their Ming University. She often becomes a hot topic in their school forum by virtue of her beauty. One of the most popular posts is that she had a master in her freshman year. The wedding ring on the ring finger of her right hand is the best proof. Many people think it is a rumor, but as Anna's roommate, she can prove that it is not a rumor. Because shortly after the beginning of freshman year, she and two other roommates saw Anna with an extra May ring on her hand. Anna also admitted to them herself that she was married and that it was a wedding ring. It's just that her husband is very mysterious. In her junior year, they have never seen him. It's not that handsome guy, is it? This sudden conjecture shocked Han Ranchue. More than 10 minutes later, she saw the handsome man she suspected to be Anna's plastic husband again. It's on the stage. His figure was magnified by the screen. He is one of the successful people invited by the school to share the chicken soup of life tonight, because his handsome appearance is too inconsistent with his rich man. The bored audience suddenly brought up their spirits. Many female classmates shouted like fans in the audience. Only Han Ranchue stared at the diamond ring worn by the man on the ring finger of his left hand through the big screen. Provoked, solved the case. It's really him. Asterisk. Near 10 o'clock, the gala ended. Nia Shanshan sent a WeChat message to Anna asking her if she would like to participate in the supper part in their dormitory. Anna quickly replied to her. Nia Shanshan read the reply and said to Han Ranchue and Kong Yuanyuan, Pear said she has an appointment tonight and will not come. Kong Yuanyuan's eyes showed gossip. Big night, have an appointment? There is something wrong with Pear. Nia Shanshan, what's the matter, you forget, Pear and Pear famous flower owner. Han Ranchue said, yes, I think I'm going to see my husband tonight. Not an estimate, yes. Kong Yuanyuan, I'm so curious about what husband Pear looks like. Han Ranchue smiled and said nothing. Inside, baby, you have just seen it. Asterisk. Anna dragged a pair of feet that had taken on too much and walked towards the parking lot of Mingda. The mobile phone vibrated, and she pulled it out of her pocket to see that it was WeChat from Alan. Cheap husband, how long, dot. She won't be patient for a while? Anna didn't return, she was coming anyway. A few minutes later, she finally arrived at her destination. There were many cars parked in the parking lot. Even though Alan sent her a location, Anna still couldn't find Alan's car for half a day. A little impatient, it was the people in the car who noticed her first and turned on the lights. Anna was attracted to a white Rolls-Royce and walked over. She lazily walked to the co-pilot and pulled open the door. However, the door was pulled open. Alan was not in the driver's seat, but in the co-pilot. There was no one in the car but him. "Why are you sitting here?" asked Anna. Alan said, "Old Chen has gone home." Old Chen is Alan's driver. Anna, then you can't take the co-pilot. I can't drive. Alan looked at her without saying a word. Why? Anna always felt that something was wrong with his eyes. Ellen suddenly pulled her wrist down and she fell into his arms. The man's broad palm pressed her waist from behind, and her voice fell from the top of her head, slightly hoarse. "Just called my uncle?" In the cramped space, Anna was held on Alan's lap and could smell the faint fragrance of fur on him. It also carries a bit of the coolness of the night after the summer rain. She and this person have not seen each other for several months, and there was little contact during this period. The sudden intimacy made Anna a little uncomfortable. "Aren't you an uncle?" Anna asked fearlessly. Alan's throat gave out a fine laugh, and his black eyes were even more profound and dazzling. At the same time, he faded away and pinched Anna's chin. "It is not unacceptable for you to raise my seniority." Anna thought to herself, "Smelly man. I mean you're old, say you're old. How has your taste changed? This tie is not very nice." Anna grabbed Alan's belt between the collars and changed the subject. Ellen dropped her eyes, looked at her restless hand, and asked, "Isn't it good looking?" It's more like asking her rhetorically. "Yes, it doesn't look good." "Then I won't take this one." Alan rode. The car was quiet, the space was narrow, and there were only two of them. Their breathing was very close to each other. The atmosphere gave birth to some ambiguity. Anna didn't want to expose her reddish ears, and she didn't want to be seen by people in the school. The next morning, there was a post on the big forum of Mingda School Flower Late Night Meeting. She pushed Alan down, broke free from his arms and got out of the car. "I'll sit in the back." She was about to open the back seat door when Alan got out of the car and, ordered, "Sit down." He looked calm and walked towards the driver's seat as he adjusted his clothes. Anna has always spoken against him, but she listens to him very much. She has always been the same since she was a child. She loosened the door handle in the back seat, returned to the passenger seat, and got in the car. As soon as she got on the bus, Anna slumped off her flashy heels. Alan's eyes swept as he started the car. The little girl's feet are very white, painted with orange and peach nail polish, with round and warped toes and thin ankles. I have to admit that with high heels on those feet, there will be a sense of seductive beauty, which is another taste when liberated. Asterisk. Anna was spoiled since she was a child and was used to living in a big house. When she was in college, she held the idea of everyone else can do it, and so can my Anna. She did not make any special arrangements and lived in the dormitory assigned to her by Mingda according to the arrangement of the school. The three roommates I met had good personalities and got along well with her, but she finally failed to suppress her delicate nature. She only lived for half a semester and moved out. The dormitory of the school is too small, and the sole guard has to clean it himself. In the dormitory area where they are assigned, there is no shower head in the sole guard, so they have to take a small basket to a big bathhouse outside the dormitory building. Half a semester's dormitory experience often made Anna crazy, so in the end, under her beating about the bush, Alan bought her an apartment near the school. At that time, Alan also mocked her. "It seems that you are a princess disease and cannot be corrected." She is very angry. If she can't change it, she can't change it. Can't she be a princess all her life? Anna has an early class tomorrow, so naturally Ellen didn't take her anywhere else, but sent her to her apartment complex. Anna didn't ask him if he would go to her place tonight. If he did, he would say no, which would make her very embarrassed. Only when he pulled out the car keys did Anna have the answer. As she got off the bus, Anna grunted a little, saying that her feet hurt and her light drifted gently towards Ellen. The meaning cannot be more obvious. Ellen looked at her in his pocket for a moment of silence, then came along, bending slightly in front of her. "Come up, princess." To achieve her goal, Anna bent her lips, leaned down with high heels, and put her arms around Alan's neck. Asterisk. It may be that she lost weight quite effectively. She was as light as a swallow. Alan carried her on her back and did not affect her walking speed. She quickly walked from the garage to the elevator. He didn't look too tired. Anna lived on the top floor of the apartment. In the process of taking the elevator, Alan didn't put her down because she didn't wear shoes. She met the residents of several buildings in the middle of the way. When she saw them, they all looked like they were stuffed with dog food. One girl even had pink bubbles in her eyes and pulled down the man who was supposed to be her boyfriend next to her, with an expression of, look at others, on her face. Only Anna knew that Alan was used to her because of a habit. He spoiled her from an early age. This kind of pet is more of a brother's pet to his sister than a husband's pet to his wife. Ellen didn't love her. The door of the elevator is a big mirror. Anna was shaking her feet gently. When her eyes accidentally met Alan's eyes in the mirror, she tiptoed. She looked away first and lowered her black eyelashes. Asterisk. Entering the room, Anna was put down by Alan. She put on her slippers, found a pair of men's ones in the shoe cabinet and threw them at Alan's feet. Some time ago, there was a crisis in the branch of Wen's group far away in country C. Alan had to be busy. When he entered the apartment, he smelled a fragrance, which was the same as that of Anna. The fatigue accumulated on Alan was slightly dissipated. Anna's small apartment was designed by a famous domestic interior designer at that time. The style was simple and without losing the feeling of being a girl. The wall was painted pink and blue. The color was very light and quite fresh. The living room sofa was white and had a small balcony. There were several pots of fleshy and cactus on the balcony. There was a lazy sofa and a glass round table. There were 2 books and several pens on the round table. Anna lives alone in this apartment on weekdays. Naturally, she is more casual. The room is fairly clean and tidy. As soon as she looks up, a red interior is hung on the sofa in the Nordic living room, under the clothes and tea table. There were 2 pairs of crooked striped socks. Anna seemed to forget the pain in her foot. She walked in 3 steps and 2 steps. She stuffed the little red nene behind a pillow. She picked up the socks and tried to keep them elegant. However, she went to the bathroom and threw them into the washing machine. Then she unhurriedly walked out of the bathroom as if nothing had happened. Her nest was still a nest full of fairy flavor. The little destructive factors just now were all illusions. But at some point Alan leaned against the chair at the table, picked up a book and turned it slowly. Anna thought of something and rushed over to snatch the book from the man's hand. You are so annoying, don't touch my things. The cheeks were tomato-colored. Alan looked at her in his spare time, and did not intend to let her go. He smiled and read out the shameful title, Pet Marriage Honey Love, Iceberg Dominates General Little Wife. Anna suddenly poured a kind of oil called embarrassment from hair to toes. She explained, this book was sent by Wen Sijin yesterday. I wanted to throw it away. Wen Sijin is Alan's cousin. She is only 2 years older than Anna. She is a popular floret in the entertainment circle. She has a hobby in daily life. She likes reading Marisol's online novels. One day when she saw this book, she felt very similar to her and Alan's situation. She sent the novel to her door for her to read. She turned over a few pages and was persuaded to quit by the drunken 419 opening with hot eyes. Alan pulled his lower lip lightly and did not refute anything, but Anna could see from his face the tone of explanation is cover-up and immediately felt wronged. This book. She really is. Just. Look. The beginning. Hey, don't look like that, what I said is true. Anna rolled the book into a tube and hit him. If you don't believe me, call Wen Simeon. Anna still does not give up to save their own non-dyed fairy image. Alan, however, seemed to have uncovered this page and did not accompany her to delve into the truth. He unbuttoned the white shirt in his suit jacket and walked towards the bathroom. I'll take a shower. This feeling of innocence, not being cared about made Anna curl up with her fist in exasperation. She found a trash can and threw the book away. Anna also wants to take a bath. There is a bathroom in her bedroom. She is sitting in front of the mirror with cotton pads to remove her makeup. Alan comes to the door of her room. He only takes off his suit and has a white shirt left on him. 4 of the buttons were unbuttoned, and the chest was much open, flat and strong, full of the breath of a mature man. His appearance made Anna a little thirsty for nothing. I can't find my bath towel. Alan roared. Ah, throw it away. Anna said. She really threw it away. This time Alan was on a business trip for several months. His bath towel had grown a lot of dust. She didn't like it, so she threw it away and never bought a new one. After Anna unloaded her clothes, the contrast was not big. Her skin was still so white and flawless. The light was shining. Alan's Adam's apple slipped up and down gently and said, then I'll use yours. In fact, Anna doesn't use the bathroom outside, but everything that will be used is ready. There are 2 of her bath towels in it. It seems that it is not impossible to sacrifice one for Alan. Can you? Alan looked like a gentleman. If there was no doubt in the sentence just now, the latter sentence would make up for his inaccuracy in turning the previous sentence into a declarative sentence. Although it was a plastic couple, it was also a couple who received the certificate. Anna was too lazy to be melodramatic and said, "All right." Alan then left. After looking at herself in the mirror for a while, Anna decided to help Alan find a nightgown. She didn't want him sleeping with her tonight. In this apartment, she remembered 2 sets of his pajamas, but she seemed to have thrown them into the cloakroom. Anna went to the cloakroom and rummaged for a while before finding a set of men's silk pajamas. Alan looks expensive and delicate, but every time he takes a bath, he is very rough and usually solves it within 2 or 3 minutes. As Anna returned to the bedroom with her pajamas, she met Ellen, who came out of the living room bathroom wrapped in her pink bath towel. 4 eyes, freeze for 2 seconds. Ellen glanced at the men's silk pajamas she held in her hand and raised her eyebrows lightly. "So virtuous?" "No thanks." Anna said, "I'm afraid you'll have a nightgown without me later." "Then wear yours, my pajamas must not be broken by you." Anna stopped giving him the eye and, after giving him her pajamas, went straight into the bedroom. There were many people in the room, which was really troublesome. Anna muttered when the water drops from the shower came down. After taking a bath, Anna came out of the bathroom in a fragrant way, wearing a pink nightgown, a shower cap on her head, and 2 hair strands sticking out of the shower cap. The face was pure and beautiful. At this time, it was a bit more nifty and cute. Alan was sitting at the head of the bed reading, and his eyelids lifted as the fragrance hit his face at the crack of the glass door in the bathroom. The book in his hand, which is completely in the style of Heaven and Earth with the previous one, is called The Social Contract. It is the most famous masterpiece of French Enlightenment thinker Rousseau. There is a famous sentence that inspires countless people at all times and in all over the world: people are born free, but they are everywhere in shackles. Anna recently attended a school book club, which requires everyone to read a famous book every week, and then arrange a time every week for everyone to get together to share their experiences after reading. Anna chose this book this week. On The Social Contract, she saw half of it and hasn't finished it yet. Anna is used to changing her pajamas outside. Today there are more Ellen in the room. After taking her pajamas, she folds back to the bathroom. When I came out again, the pink nightgown turned into a sweet princess-style short-sleeve nightgown, mint color, with 2 full bows hanging from the chest, and lace edges embedded in the neckline and cuffs, both girlish and charming. Anna dawdled into bed. She lay down for a while and found that the people next to her were still reading there with the small lamp on. The headlights in the room have been turned off, and the warm yellow lamp at the head of the bed is slightly tilted, which makes it even more ambiguous. Anna doesn't sleep peacefully. Even if there are more people next to her, she will change to another posture after lying in one position for a long time. As he rolled over, his toes accidentally touched Alan and his eyelashes trembled. The sound of flipping books in my ear seemed to stop. Anna's eyes were still closed, her thin pale pink eyelids produced tiny rolling ups and downs, and she silently retracted her feet a little. After the meeting, she heard the sound of books closing, and the last warm light in the rear room disappeared into darkness, with only the early moonlight leaking through the curtains. Feeling that the weight has fallen down, the whole body has become sensitive, and the previous touch and separation has become more real and grand. He used the same shower gel as her tonight and smelled the same as her. The lips were soon sealed. The room was quiet, only 2 people made the voice of the soul. Anna suddenly remembered the descriptions she had seen in that book. The abstract coincides with reality. Anna thought she could resist, but she lost her mind until the nightgown was gradually pushed to a high place. "Alan!" She gave him a shout. "The acoustic cavity is shaking. Don't talk." He sealed her lips again. Thick ink was splashed outside the window, and the moon tip seemed to magnify the tranquility of the night with action more than when it disappeared into the clouds. In the early morning of the next day, the light of day came in through the window. It always rained these days. Last night, it seemed that there was one, with rain beads on the flowers and leaves. Anna woke up before the alarm clock went off, turned over, opened her eyes sleepily, and looked into Alan's cold side face. She had not seen him for several months. He seemed to have lost a lot of weight, his jaw line was fresh and clear, and his head and neck were straight with a sense of alienation. This pair of looks, seemingly pure heart and few desires, but only she knows, last night this person, how to change the law to toss her. She had always thought that Alan had only eyes for work and career groups and was never interested in women. On his birthday that day, he was drunk slightly. She deliberately put on the black net stockings that she had bought quietly for a long time, as well as the cat's ears and headband, and sneaked into his room to find him. She clung to him tightly, as if she had made up her mind. "Didn't I say I didn't give you a birthday present? The birthday present is myself." They had been married for half a year, but they had never been married. She thought Alan would refuse, but he didn't. Before long, he pressed her down. Pear, don't cry later. She really cried that night. She didn't think about it. Her first taste, things, will be so not fun, also didn't think, that time, Alan will like a changed person. Since then, Alan seems to realize that she has grown up long ago, is no longer a child, and beautiful, so she has changed her former abstinence. Basically every time she sleeps with her, she can't save it. There was something stubborn in her heart, and Anna reached out and grabbed Alan's face. Ellen slept soundly and was not awakened by her, but her eyebrows slightly frowned, turned around, and continued to sleep. Anna felt bored and closed her bed. Originally, she wanted to get up after a while. She had an early class this morning, but her nerves were out of control and she was more and more sleepy. The picture in the dream seems real. Under a green willow tree, Anna, wearing a blue and white school uniform, grabbed Alan's sleeve, summoned up her courage, and finally said the words, "Brother, I like you." Alan hardly hesitated, slapping her head with a wide palm. "Do you know what you like? Don't talk nonsense." "I'm not talking nonsense. I just like you." Alan laughed mercilessly. "But brother doesn't like you." Anna stood there. She didn't expect Ellen to refuse so plainly. "Why?" she asked. Alan said, "My brother is 11 years older than you. He doesn't like children." He patted her on the head. "Go back and study. If you like me, you may have to live in the next life." The angle of Alan's lip is in a shallow arc. The alarm clock on the bedside table jittered and played loud music. Alan B. Anna was first awakened by the alarm clock. The man pressed the alarm clock off and pinched her face. It may be more accurate to say that Anna was woken up by the alarm clock and that she was woken up by Alan. Anna stared at Alan, wondering if he was retaliating for her previous actions. "Up." Alan wanted to laugh a little, his voice weary. "Don't want to go to class." Anna complained. "Alan, you can sleep again." "Then why are you pinching me?" "It took a lot of physical strength last night." Anna really doesn't remember it now. She was lying soft, her face covered in the quilt, and her voice buzzed. "Call me in 5 minutes." Soon after 5 minutes passed, Ellen did not call her, but got up first. Anna was afraid of sleeping to death and didn't sleep soundly. The movement of Ellen getting up woke her up. This person who said he could sleep again got up first. Alan was sitting on the edge of the bed putting on his shirt when Anna raised her foot and stepped on his back. "What are you doing up so early?" Ellen looked back at her feet and left her alone. "You have to go to class, don't I have to go to work?" Anna said, "The president can be lazy." "Alan, the president is lazy and the employees are unemployed?" Anna said nothing more, still languidly paralyzed, raised her foot and stepped on Ellen's back again. "She is often naughty." Alan seems to have got used to it. He buckled the last button. He came over slightly, held her ankle and looked at her toes. "Does it hurt?" Anna said, "Okay." Ellen patted her on the back of her foot, dropped back, and rose from the edge of the bed. Knowing that her feet were uncomfortable and beating her, did this person know that she was sentimental? Anna sat up with a wrinkled face and lazily. Her hair was not messy. Her hair was of good quality. When she woke up after a night's sleep, she was still fluffy and smooth, except for 2 dull hairs on her head. Alan was wearing a wrist watch and his eyebrows stretched after waking up. He asked, "What time are you in class?" Anna's voice was lazy and sleepy. 8 o'clock. Alan, 7.210. 7.210, it's still early, but she's going out to make up. Anna struggled to get out of bed. 2 minutes later, Anna and Alan appeared in the bathroom at the same time. From the mirror, Anna is much shorter than Alan. She is not short among girls, 1.66 meters, but Alan is 1.8 meters. 9. This height difference is mercilessly revealed by the mirror. Anna's long curly hair was tied up with rubber bands, and her ponytail was hanging from the back of her head. There were some broken hair in her ears, her cheeks were white and red, her eyes were full of sleepiness and her eyelids were drooping. Alan beside him, wearing a white shirt with just the right cut, has outstanding temperament, slightly longer bangs, slightly covering his eyebrows, and handsome and bright facial features. Suddenly she heard Anna, "Ah," and Ellen lowered her eyelids and saw her holding her pink toothbrush in her left hand and toothpaste in her right, staring at them with a dull look. She squeezed crooked, the toothpaste didn't squeeze on the toothbrush and fell into the wash basin, and that face looked like she couldn't believe she squeezed the wrong way. Alan felt funny, took the toothpaste from her hand, then grabbed her wrist and helped her squeeze the toothpaste steadily, mocking her. "People wake up, brain didn't wake up?" "Yes, it's just that I didn't wake up." It's not your fault. Who was the man who wanted the disgruntled last night? Anna brushed her teeth and vomited foam with some indignation, rather Lost Fairy style. She glanced at Alan in the mirror, intending to hurt him too, and said, I don't have hairspray here. Alan, Anna looked at his slightly messy bangs and lifted her lower eyelids, so you can only go out in this ugly way. Asterisk. When Anna was sitting in front of the makeup cabinet tinkering with her bottles and jars, she thought Ellen Gardenia Zhengli had already left. After the meeting, Ellen appeared at the door of her room with a magnetic voice and a deep and sweet voice. Do you want noodles? Anna, do you cook? Alan nodded. Alan's craftsmanship was inherited from his grandfather. The cooking was delicious. Anna naturally could not refuse and said, Eat, I want tomato and egg noodles. Alan leaned against the door, languid. You have no tomatoes, only eggs. What a nuisance, why doesn't she have tomatoes in the fridge? She wants to eat tomato and egg noodles now. That's all right. Anna said. Asterisk. A few minutes later, Alan's figure reappeared at the door of Anna's room. At this time, Anna was still sitting in front of the makeup cabinet, carefully brushing her face with a small brush, as if the makeup business had not been finished. Whenever this happens, Alan admires Anna. The little girl would rather sleep less than half an hour for the sake of beauty. The noodles are cooked. Alan rode. Anna said, You eat first, I still have a while. Alan slowly put down the rolled cuff and moved his eyebrows and eyes. You have this time, you might as well use it to read the social contract on your bedside table in the morning. Anna put the small brush back and sullenly said, I've decided not to eat the noodles you cooked. I don't know what she said. Fortunately, he cooked her noodles hard, but she ate his noodles, which was a gift to him. Alan wanted to go over and pinch Anna's face. Hurry up, it doesn't matter if you don't eat noodles, don't be late. Alan spoke slowly, his voice mild. The next second, Anna seemed to hear a sentence from him, little ancestor. Anna was used to stepping on the spot to go to class. When she came out of the room, it was already very late, but she was still not in a hurry. The noodles on the table were still steaming. Alan did not wait for her. The bowl she cooked herself had already eaten half. Anna listened to the sound of his wordy face, pulled open the chair next to him, and put the packed school bag on another chair. As he sat down, he looked up at his side face. The line of sight moved down to his hand holding the chopsticks. The man's hands are very good-looking, white and slender, with clear joints. Eat quickly. Alan lifted his eyes. Anna nodded. At the dining table, the two were very quiet and no one spoke. Anna and Alan ate noodles in different ways. Alan was very verbose, while Anna had to roll up the noodles with chopsticks and put them into her mouth. Alan drew a piece of paper and saw that she was so slow to eat a noodle. Her tongue was pointed at her back teeth. She wanted to say something, but she was afraid of disturbing her. There was not much time left. The words didn't go into her throat. He curled up the used paper and threw it into the garbage can beside the table. Anna looked at the time and gradually accelerated the speed of eating noodles. When she ate a little below, she found that there was a lot of beef in the noodles. She couldn't finish it and didn't want to waste it. When Alan was about to get up and go to the kitchen to drop the bowl, she grabbed him and picked the meat into his bowl. Why did you put so much meat for me? I can't finish it. Alan wanted to laugh. Can't you finish it? Anna said, I can't finish eating. It's a waste. You ate it. Ellen, it's not much meat. Anna, I'm losing weight recently. Ellen looked at her and said, You're thin enough. Anna, where did you lose weight? Didn't you notice I was fat? I have 47.50 kilograms now. Say that finish, Anna thought. Alan can find only strange, he didn't pay so much attention to her. Alan said, No wonder it was a little hard to carry you last night. Who? Say it. Why didn't I see it last night? You were struggling. If he refuted him, he might not help her eat meat. Anna also knew that he must have deliberately said irony to amuse her, so she endured it and continued to eat her own noodles. The people next to him also fell silent. Anna saw him pick up chopsticks and help her eat the meat. Anna didn't waste food either. The time was on the collapse line. She couldn't finish the bowl of noodles, and there was still a rub left. When Alan got up to go to the kitchen to drop the bowl, she also got up. The previous pair of slowness had disappeared. She rushed into the kitchen faster than Alan and dropped the bowl. Now you know it's urgent. Alan wanted to laugh. Anna ignored him. She still had time to ignore him. She dropped the bowl and ran out to take her school bag. However, she suddenly stagnated when she was about to step out of the kitchen door. She caught the dull sight of a book in the trash can in front of the stove in the kitchen. The title is long and dazzling. In an instant, the sky cover was split off by a lightning bolt. Boom. That book is the one she threw in last night. Pet Marriage Honey Love, Iceberg Dominates the Total Little Wife.